Hello everyone, Adventure here. In today's episode, we're gonna take a look at a very peculiar type of ship. And when I say peculiar, I mean because it's an interesting hybrid between two concepts. It's not a destroyer, yet it's not a full-fledged cruiser also. Welcome to IJN Yubari, a small flotilla leader, which can be classified as that, built during the 20s. It shaped a lot when it comes to the newer designs like Furutaka class or Mogami class. She is the smallest light cruiser in the entire history, in the entire world. Even in the game, she has displacement of 4,450 tons, which is pretty much just a little more than Akizuki, a destroyer. Yes, a big destroyer, nonetheless, but still a destroyer. For example, Kako has 8,640. You know, it's pretty much twice the size of Yubari. And why Yubari exactly? It's basically because of that. She was meant to lead destroyers and be this kind of connection between cruisers and destroyers, fast enough to deal with faster approach actions, yet still has the armament and armor of a cruiser. Okay, so as you can see, we're here, we are on Japanese port, so we are getting a buff because we are Japanese vessel on the Japanese waters, you know, the homeland. Yubari stands at comfortable 4.7, where she can, yes, face 5.7 heavy cruisers and light cruisers, which she admittedly can deal with, but not on the same level as, for example, 5.0 cruisers like Sendai or Kuma, or even Kako with her 200mm guns. You can see, it is a very special design even when it comes to the shape of hull, which resembles more of a destroyer hull than cruiser hull. You can say it is more of a large destroyer than it is a full-fledged cruiser. So you can say it is basically a destroyer that could. 140mm guns were chosen mostly because of they were able to use it more efficiently, which later changed with the introduction of auto-loading guns, of better stabilizers, better mechanics. So the only mankament that I could say about Yubari is that I don't think that she has her armor modeled properly. Yes, she has the 38 armored belt, but also it was the internal belt with even more of the external hull, having the armor bringing up to from 38mm of the armored belt to, if I remember correctly, around 58mm of armor altogether on the whole hull. The whole Yubari design was a very successful one. She took a lot of missions. The biggest problem with Yubari was that her whole design was packed. She was a very cramped cruiser, which resulted in Japanese inability to strengthen her anti-air protection, which with every following year grew stronger and stronger in need. And as you can see, still over half of the crew, I'm still can fight. Good advantage of the 140mm guns is both it brings SAP, even though you don't have AP. SAP at 4.7 is enough, so you don't have to worry that much about whether you will or won't deal damage. The fun fact, because they are smaller, they have better reload speed. Also, they bring quite a punch with 2 kilograms of explosives. Very good shell characteristics, both when it comes to penetration, TNT mass, and muzzle velocity. 155 millimeters, 855 meters per second for an older interwar design. It's very good. Of course, as the history showed, the designs like Yubari or the Italian design Capitani Romani or the Dutch design Tromp, which were similar in concept to Yubari, and I do think that Yubari paved the way for those type of designs. Ultimately failed because as the war progressed, the smaller designs were already had their roles fulfilled by more and more powerful destroyers, and the bigger roles, like the interceptions of certain fleets, couldn't be performed by such a small vessel and were relegated to bigger light cruisers or heavy cruisers. So, hello? Didn't see you there. Kind of a trade, but good enough. I can also get that Kalpe. I would deem very as useful. Bang! Even in death, I serve. So as you can see, at 4.7 and slight down tier, Yubari is a good example of a bigger destroyer with potential engagement success against superior designs like the US destroyers, etc., which I would deem that a lot of Japanese destroyers would struggle with. But yeah, Yubari. Revolutionary design, another trendsetter, but becoming quite obsolete as the time went by. In the game, a very good catch if you bought her on sale or if you get her with a coupon that you might get randomly during the battles. I would say she is a very strong pick for 4.7. Get her with Kako and Akizuki, you have a very strong fleet. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider leaving a like, consider subscribing if you want to see more content like that. I hope you have a beautiful day, night, evening or an afternoon wherever you are. This was Saventer out. See you next video. Bye bye.